right, welcome back, and that was weather forecast for the day. Now, quickly we'll look at in the news. This is where we'll take a look at some of the stories that are hogging the headlines this moment. Now, we'll start with this one. Canada's Immigration and Refugee Board has granted asylum to at least 1,467 Nigerians who applied for refugee protection from January 2023 to March 2024. This brings the total number of accepted asylum claims filed by Nigerians to 11,370 from 2012 to first quarter of 2024, as shown by data from the Refugee Protection Division of the Immigration and Refugee Board of Canada. The board grants refugee protection in Canada if the division satisfactorily confirms that an applicant or claimant meets the United Nations definition of a conventional refugee which has been incorporated into Canadian law, or that the applicant is the person in need of protection.
Why are you laughing? It's good news, isn't it? Or what kind of news should we call this?
Good news?
Is it?
Now, I mean, people are running away from Nigeria to Canada.
Okay, that's not a good news, but to those people that were granted...
As refugees.
Why are you painting me in a bad light? Why?
No, that's the...
I asked the question, is it good news or not?
It's not good news. It could be good news for Nigerians that have found themselves in Canada under the cover of being refugees, you know. But it's not good for us as a country because we're losing...
As an image?
We're losing, image one, then we're losing a lot of manpower to those countries, you know.
Talent
and all that, you know. And the question is that, why are they escaping Nigeria? Why are they leaving Nigeria? If you're leaving Nigeria to study abroad, to work abroad, I think it's a different ballgame entirely. If you're leaving Nigeria on the premise of being a refuge, you know, if you're claiming you're an asylum seeker, what is happening in Nigeria? Is there war in Nigeria?
What about Boko Haram?
Boko Haram, I think that's subsided to an extent.
Yeah. What about the reality of those living close to where they actually at?
Well, I don't know.
Okay, let's leave it there.
Let's leave it there.
The Minister of Finance, Wale Edun, said the National Economic Council has approved a sum of 3 billion naira to Kebbi and other states affected by flood this year, including Federal Capital Territory. He made this known while speaking on the newsmen in Bini Kebbi after inspecting some rice farms affected by the flood in the area of the state. He explained that the road projects from Sokoto to Badagry in Lagos would help farmers a lot in the areas of irrigation and food security. Okay, this is good one, good news.
Yeah.
And then hopefully if the money actually gets to the right hands, I mean the right people, those who really need it, these farmers that flood has spoiled their crops and their harvest, they can have the number of harvest they will have normally if truly this money will get to them.
Yeah, I think you have hit the right expression. Let's hope the money gets to them. You know, it's important the money gets to them.
It is.
So that's the only reason, the essence of this, the essence of it all is assured. Otherwise, it's not assured in the long run if money does not get to them.
Sure.
All right. The Federation Accounts Allocation Committee revenue shared to federal, state, and local governments increased by over 344% to about 8.5 trillion naira in the last 7 months of 2024, compared to about 1.912 trillion shared in the corresponding period last year. The revenue was distributed according to 52.68% to the federal government, 26.7% to states, and 26.60% to local government revenue sharing formula. The development comes upon fuel subsidy removal in May 2024, which saw petrol price rise from 238 naira per litre to over 600 naira. This has also impacted the FLAKES revenue, which saw an astronomical increase from June 2023 till date.
Just as I mentioned earlier, is this increase in revenue, money banks, the pockets, the nation's economy and all that, it needs to be felt. We as a layman, we need to feel these things.
What does it translate to?
Exactly.
That's exactly what I say.
We need to feel it. I need to understand. I don't have to break down this English for a regular man or for a market woman. I don't have to start explaining these things.
How do you
to them? Some would.
Yeah, how do you explain
some
to
would.
them?
But I think that it shouldn't be.
Well, it's what it is.
They should feel it. We should all feel it and say that, okay, yes, something is really happening.
Even look at the issue of minimum wage. That has not been settled. Yeah, it's been agreed upon that 70,000 naira should be paid, to the lowest earner, in land. But when will that take off?
Implementation.
Okay.
The rector of the Federal Polytechnic Ilaro, Ogun State, Dr. Mukaila Akinde, has said the institution is planning to have a mini assembly plant for the production of its newly invented electric automated tricycle. He also called on the federal government as well as corporate organizations, especially in the manufacturing sector, to help drive the commitment of the Polytechnic to see to the commercial production of the invention. The director said that the success of the commercial production of the tricycle would help a lot to cut importation, reduce the pressure of foreign exchange, and boost job opportunities for teeming youth. Wow, this is a good one, really. Yeah. Most people complain about Nigerian students or graduates being unemployable. I saw that. I mean, that made the news, the headlines last week. And it was saddening to see such a thing, make the news. And now we're seeing Polytechnic students have created something from the scratch. This is
one of the essences of.
Sadly, when I say that they are being looked down on, and they cannot necessarily be equated, the HND cannot be equated to BSc. It's saddening, really.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is what they are. This is why polytechnics are actually set up for tech advancement, and I'm quite excited that this is coming from our Federal Poly Ilaro. We just hope that government will give them more support so that they can actually make more of these machines, and they make more of them, and they scatter all around Nigeria to actually add to the transportation sector of the country. Okay, finally from me. The Nigerian Immigration Service has explained the rationale behind the new international passport fee structure set to take effect on September 1. Stressing the increase, the passport fee was in furtherance with President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda aimed at building local content. It said the reviewed fee served for the improvement in passport standard and quality, ensuring that the Nigerian passport continues to maintain the International Civil Aviation Organization standard. Recently, the immigration authorities announced that the fee increase will not impact applicants applying from abroad.
Okay, that is where I want to start from. The same standard and quality that they are improving on will be given out at the same amount, the old fee, to people in diaspora. So why didn't they justify that?
Oh, well, I think the justification has been explained. You have another story?
Yes, I do. It's not complete.
It's not complete.
The justification is incomplete.
Well, what I know, I was worried. Why increase? Why take the price? Why jack the price up? But
and now that they have, why not jack it up? 100% all round.
Well.
Why do people living outside the country have to pay the old price while I get to pay an increased price in this economy?
There are some things that someone like me cannot provide answers to. Let's move on.
Okay, back to Ogun State. Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abeokuta has flagged off the reconstruction of the Abeokuta Lagos highway with a promise that the project will be completed in the next 18 months. Governor Dapo Abeokuta gave the assurance in Abeokuta local government area of the state, where he also said that the road, which traverses for 4 local government areas, Abeokuta North, Abeokuta, Ifo, and Abeokuta, would experience speedy completion with the deployment of 5 different gangs to Ota, Ifo, Kwakwalanto, Iwekoro, Itori, and Abeokuta. The governor, while assuring the people of the state that the reconstruction of the road would include drainages, culverts, sidewalks, median and labor and skilled workers, as well as to boost security along the axis. Good news there.
Good news. Yeah, at long last, some relief has come. The governor, I listened to the governor talk on this. He said, I think the road is 70-kilometer road, and the state government has broken it down to, I think, 15 kilometers of reconstruction, different gangs on each reconstruction section, maybe first 15 kilometers, that's for one particular gang. Another gang will take another 15 kilometers to ensure early completion of the reconstruction, because that's a very, very important road. Certainly, while this is going on, people are going to go through a whole lot of discomfort on that road.
No, it's just for a short while.
Yeah, it's just for a short while. Yeah, that's the point.
And don't you think that the pressure on the expressway would reduce once this particular road is completed?
Oh,
they wouldn't have to all ply the express.
If you're going to go to Lagos, you are going to...
Now you have options.
You have options. You don't have to go through the express, Lagos about the express road every now and then. I'm just happy that in the long run, the federal government has considered this route to the state government. So we're happy, and we just hope this is done as quickly as possible. Okay, so let's move on to the next segment of the program, and that's a pep talk with Dr. Shogo. 3 strategies of winning this week. Stay with us.
My name is Dr. Shogo. I am salt, light, and honey. Yesterday is gone, but you can use today to create a better tomorrow. To become successful at something new, you must grow into someone new. Yeah, hello viewers. Thank you for joining me on Winning Capsules with your one and only Dr. Shogo. I'm overwhelmed by your emails. I've gotten a lot of DMs on my Instagram page. It's good to know that I am making a difference in your life. Thank you for reaching out. So on this episode, permit me to quickly share with you 3 nuggets for winning this week. Authenticity is attractive. Authenticity is attractive. You are an original. You don't need to become a copy. Don't be the photocopy of anyone. Let me tell you this at this moment. The easiest way to go through life is by being authentically you. Being authentically you. Nothing client, prospect, fans, they want to see the real you. And when you let your true colors shine, the right set of people will be attracted to you. As a matter of fact, do you know, it is very hard, it's a burden to keep projecting yourself as who you are not. When you connect with your core, it's something you can sustain for life. Someone who gets things done fast and well is a great asset to any organization. Be that person at work and in life. Your results build your reputation. Your results build your reputation. So when you consistently get the job done fast and well, you become the go-to person when there are important assignments to complete. And if you work for yourself, if you deliver on time, you are swift, you will be the go-to person in your industry when it's fast and you do it well at the same time. Now, see, when you do things fast and well, you become irreplaceable. It becomes hard for people to replace you. You become indispensable, as it were. Now, to thrive in life and business, you need to be smart. You need to be, when you produce world-class results, you become an invaluable asset. Relationships need time like flowers need water. Let me say that again. Relationships need time like flowers need water. Your relationships need the water of your presence to flourish. Let me say that again. Your relationships needs the water of your presence to flourish. Without waters, let's look at it. Flowers will wither. So without time, relationships die down. In the business of life, don't neglect your relationship with key important people in your life, your mentors, your spouse, your family. In particular, don't lose touch with your significant others. Never forget that life is about relationships. You need people to succeed in life. No one is designed to succeed in isolation. Be intentional about your relationship. Be deliberate about your relationship. Be conscious about your relationship. You need to give it time. You can connect with me on Instagram at Dr. Shogo. You can follow me on Twitter at Dr. Shogo. You can reach out to me personally at www.iamdrshogo.com. I can't wait to see you same time next week. Thank you, guys.
Right, thank you so much, Dr. Shogo, for coming up again with Tribune this morning. Tribune says court freezes 32 bank accounts, end bad governance protest. That's the aftermath of that protest. Court freezes 32 bank accounts. Malaria, FG picks Dangote Otedola Elumelu to drive efforts to end scourge, and that's above the masthead of the paper. 2 police officers killed as shites, police clash in Abuja. Tinubu should act on calls for new constitution. That's from Abeokuta. Terrorism, FG resumes trial of 300 suspects. And Ondo to host biggest entrepreneurship festival in Africa. Event to attract over 200 investors. And the back page of the paper has some sports stories. My winning goal, lucky. That's from Iwobi. Djokovic wants clear protocols over doping cases. That's also here on the back page of Tribune this morning.
And I'll be taking the Punch newspaper with this headline: September rollout. Tinubu panel, Dangote refinery brainstorm on petrol pricing. Wow, that's an interesting one. We'll get to hear again from Dangote refinery. And now it's not another excuse. Let's take the next one, please.
All right, I think here from Punch we move on to Vanguard. FG yet to implement 2 months after. That's well, that's the minimum wage. I think we mentioned something on it.
Exactly.
About this during the in our introduction of this program. FG yet to implement 2 months after. Okay, FG moves to eliminate malaria, picks Dangote Otedola Elumelu to drive efforts. That's above the masthead of the paper this morning.
The Nation newspaper: 2 policemen killed during clash with Islamic group in Federal Capital Territory. That's a very sad one there. Oh, we have the Guardian.
Yeah, the Guardian too. Forex exchange, execution issues threaten food waiver policy as farmers kick. That's from Vanguard, Guardian, beg your pardon, this morning. Okay, I think that's all we have from the papers this morning, and we are moving on to take an interview with somebody who is with us already in the studio. That will be after this time. I'll just stay with us. Don't go anywhere. It's Morning Flakes on New Dawn on OGTV this morning.